Are we? Oh, it's going.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
4, 5, 6. See how that sounded.
Okay.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, Madeline.
We're back.
We're back.
Yay.
And we just had to start over because Madeline did the most unhinged intro.
It's all good, baby.
It's all good.
Try not to worry.
Well, we've got a fun episode today.
We do.
We're talking vibes.
Vibes, NFL vibes, college football national championship vibes, all the vibes.
It's been a minute. Well, we did a vibes-based thing on the athletic show.
Yeah,
when we went to Chicago last week, which was very fun.
It was.
So you should all check that out. But it's been a minute since we did a sports gossip show vibes-based prediction situation.
Yeah, it has been a few weeks, I think.
And so I think it's high time because I think that this weekend coming up is my favorite NFL weekend of the year.
It's a turning point.
I love the divisional round.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you got is you got 4 games, 8 teams, 4 games.
Over 2 days.
Only
Wait,
4.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
4 winners.
They're only on Monday. There isn't a Monday, I don't think.
Well, I put the little...
Yeah, no. Nope, just Sunday. Saturday and Sunday.
8 teams, 4 games, 2 days.
1 survivor.
Well, 4, but...
I love Survivor. Well, 1 survivor at the end. Yeah, the Super Bowl. 1 winner.
Right. No, right.
There was only
Ultimately,
1 survivor.
Did you ever... There's this comedian... I can't remember his name, but I like downloaded it on LimeWire when I was like 12.
LimeWire. Wow.
And
that took me back.
And he had this joke that ended with, they knew too much. And it was an announcer, or I don't know. They knew too much. They knew too much. They went too far. They went too far.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
somebody out there is going to know, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of people out there, the people out there listening or watching right now are shareholders. We have a new little segment we want to do up top that we invented.
Yeah, it's called accountability.
Yeah, it's all about taking accountability. Charlotte took accountability. If you recall, on Tuesday, her zipper was down, and it was a really, moment of internal listening and taking accountability.
Yeah, we actually conducted an internal investigation.
We did.
I don't think listeners, like if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should, or TikTok, but if you just listened to the show, you wouldn't have known anything's wrong. If you watched on YouTube, you might have noticed it was a little punched in. That's because after we recorded the show, Madeline looks at me and she goes, oh, your fly, did you, and then just stopped talking. And I looked down and my pants were unzipped for the whole show.
Yeah.
And when we watched it back, it's pretty obvious because you could see my white striped shirt through my open pants.
Yeah, you could.
So, there's some accountability right there.
Yeah.
We just want to be open and honest with our shareholders, which means taking your feedback.
Exactly.
This could be a very dangerous thing to start.
No, but it's why we have a new segment that we are calling for now Shareholder Corner.
Yeah. We got 2 emails yesterday. Well, we got 1 review.
Yeah.
Which...
It was 5-star review.
It was a 5-star review.
So thank you for the 5 stars.
Which we appreciate. But the review said that when we say methinks, it's getting annoying.
Yeah.
And we don't want to annoy our shareholders. So we would like to hear from you in the YouTube comments. Please go to our YouTube and comment whether you think it's annoying if we say methinks or if you still think it's funny.
Yeah. Listen, we don't want to tag a joke if our shareholders are not into it anymore. We'll come up with a new joke.
Right.
But methinks
the last thing we want to do is annoy our shareholders.
Exactly. So drop a comment. Let us know.
The second email that we got, well, that was whatever. The second piece of feedback we got was that someone emailed us and said that he was sad to hear us say that adult men shouldn't have birthday parties. And he was like, there's not a lot of joy in the world. Like, why would you not want to celebrate stuff you can celebrate? And I, in turn, have changed my tune.
Wow.
I think that you should be able to have, as long as you're not doing it every year.
Yeah.
But on the 0s and the 5s, throw yourself a bash.
Wow.
Why not? I like going to birthday parties.
Okay.
If they're good ones.
If they're a good one.
Make it a good party and then you can have a party.
Here's what I'm going to say.
What?
And I'm going to change my tune a little bit. Okay. Not fully.
Okay.
For those who didn't listen on Tuesday, we talked about Tiger Woods having his 50th birthday party. It is sponsored by the consulting firm Ernst & Young. Okay. I think my issue is that if a celebrity's going to have a birthday party, they're already rich. Do we really need a sponsor? The sponsor is what throws me off, and the guest count. It's 300 people. So I think it's okay. I am fine with people having a birthday party under 25 people. No sponsor. For celebrities, no sponsor. Obviously, normies like us, no sponsor.
Well, hear me out. What if, let's just revive this real quick.
Okay.
What if celebrities should not be allowed to have public birthday parties?
Okay.
And it can't be sponsored. But normal people, if you can get a brand to sponsor your birthday party, go all out.
Okay.
I think
you
that's
know
it.
what? That's it.
I think that's it.
That's a better use of a marketing budget.
Yeah.
Give it back to your shareholders.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
But so just let us know your feedback and we'll debate it. And we might agree with you or we might not, but we're not going to pretend you didn't say it.
Right. Yeah. No.
Unless we are pretending you didn't say it because we don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
But for the most part, if it's a good comment, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also.
What? Oh, no. What did I do? Oh.
Just going to go like this.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Hey, everybody.
Hold on.
Can you hear me better now? For those listening, my mic was turned a little sideways.
I think.
Oh, Charlotte's fixing my mic right now, guys.
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Better.
We're
Okay.
back. Wow. Anyways, on to NFL playoff vibes-based predictions, divisional round edition.
Boom.
All right. Up first.
Up first. Well, look, here's the thing. We could go in order of the games, and we'll just tell you the order of the games in case you don't know.
Okay, sure. Let's do that.
On Saturday at 4:30, we've got Madeline's Bills
Bill's mad for you.
playing the Broncos. Yikes.
Yep.
And then on Saturday at 8 p.m., we have the 49ers playing the Seahawks.
A little West Coast situation. You could call it the tech battle. Tech battle of the West. San Francisco versus Seattle.
Is San Francisco? San Francisco is not the Pacific
Google
Northwest.
versus
Amazon.
I think Microsoft is based in Seattle.
So is Amazon.
Oh, so is Amazon. Amazon, yes, right. How could I forget?
This is the important stuff. Okay, Sunday at 3 p.m. I kind of like that they're switching up these times.
Yeah.
You got Texans, my Patriots.
Hmm?
And then at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, we've got Rams, Bears.
Ooh, exciting.
So, should we just go in order?
Okay, let's
We're
go in
building
order.
the plane as we fly it.
Let's
folks.
go in order. That's fine. But before we get to that, I do want to remind everyone, we will be having paying subscriber chats live on Saturday and Sunday on our Substack, which you can subscribe to at sportsgossipshow.substack.com. If you want to chime in with your fellow shareholders on the games, any off the field drama, and whatever else you want to chat about.
Yes, absolutely. They're really fun.
They're very fun.
And we'd like to have more of you in there.
Yeah.
And it's only, what, $5 a month?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's
It's a
not
fun
even,
time.
it's like free.
We're in there too. It's fun.
$5.
$5.
Just
cheaper
kidding.
than a coffee.
Yeah, well, there you go.
In
this
In this economy. Okay. Up first, let's talk about my Bills Madfia playing the Broncos in Denver.
Oof. That altitude.
That altitude's
For
not
those
great.
of you who don't know, Denver is a mile high,
It is.
5,280 feet. Because the Nuggets, do you remember when the Nuggets put that on their uniform?
I kind of, was this
Their
a couple
city-
years ago?
Last year, their city
Oh, it
edition,
was last year.
maybe 2 years, but
Yeah.
their city edition uniform, the Nuggets, the basketball team that plays in Denver, NBA, just had a number on it.
Yeah.
So there was a number on the front and a number on the back, and it was too many numbers.
That's too many numbers. It's too confusing.
How do you
Keep it
feel
simple.
about your Bills?
I'm feeling a little weary about my Bills.
Are you?
I feel like they have barely won these games. It has not felt consistent, and it feels like their quarterback, Josh Allen, married to actress Haley Steinfeld, who is pregnant and was at the Golden Globes. Just
Yes,
wanna
she
say that.
was.
She wasn't at the game. She was at the Golden Globes.
She was.
last weekend. I feel like he's carrying the team on his back in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that is not a sustainable model
No.
for an NFL team. No?
Oh, no, I agree. Something's off.
Something's off.
And like aside from the football stuff, which other people, you can listen to other podcasts to hear the in-depth analysis of like their defense.
X's and O's.
Yeah, the X's and O's. But I do think that something like the vibes are just not correct.
Yeah.
Body language wise. Also, when you keep coming that close, and like they're still winning. Here's my one piece of hope for you.
What?
It feels like the Bills beat the Jaguars in the last minute of the game, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So, and the Jaguars were supposed to win. Like vibes wise, the Jaguars should have won.
That's true.
And that was about as a high vibes team as you could go up against because they had, this amazing camaraderie in the locker room where the players gave quarterback Trevor Lawrence this diamond grill. A woman squatted Trevor Lawrence at a bar. Liam Cohen, the first-year head coach, had just like really turned around this not great situation. And if the Bills could prevail against that, you know, all you have to do is win the game.
That's true. You don't have to win by a lot. You just got to win.
And it could be Josh Allen's like Undertaker, the wrestler where, you know, he comes out of the coffin.
Coming back from the dead.
It could be like, this could be the first start of Josh Allen carrying the team on his back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not saying the vibes are good. I'm just saying it still can be possible to win with less than ideal vibes.
I do think it's certainly possible that they win, of course.
Yeah.
However, they're playing the Broncos.
Right. And the Broncos are very good.
They're very good.
But vibes wise, the Broncos they've had 2 weeks off.
Yeah. That's a long resting period. Wait, 2 weeks? 1 week? 1 week?
Well, they didn't play last week, so that's a 2 week.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Right. Sorry. Yeah.
That's a long time to kind of be getting antsy. You're not doing your job. It's kind of like when you're on vacation for a long time and then kind of by the end of it, you're like, all right, I'm ready to get back in the swing of things, get back to my routine.
I need to send an email.
Yeah.
I must send an email.
Give me one
email. On the other hand, every time I've taken a longer vacation, I have come back feeling a whole lot better.
That's true.
So I don't know.
But here's what I'm going to say though about that though. I think it's different again, I'm no NFL player.
Really?
But no, I'm actually not.
Really?
Yeah, did you know that?
I thought this whole time I was doing a podcast, it was like, you know, you were the NFL star.
Yeah. No, I'm actually a kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. Wow. Yeah. No, but I think for a professional athlete, because their schedule is so regimented and it's so much about routine more than if you work a traditional job, that taking that much time off, yes, you're doing workouts and I'm sure you're obviously keeping up with your conditioning. It's such a pivot from your regular weekly schedule. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's a good point.
It's different from just like, oh, you've been relaxing because you at your corporate job and you checked out for 2 weeks.
That's such a good point. I mean? Right. So you're just like antsy. And maybe you're jumping the gun a little bit when you come out.
Yeah. But here's what I'll
start.
Yeah. Literally. Little football mention there. Okay. So then who do you think is going to win the game?
I mean, part of me wants to say the Bills just because I could see this being like but vibes wise, I also think that the Broncos are similar to the Texans in that it's kind of good vibes by omission. Where there haven't been very many off the field stories that we've been aware of. I'm sure there are, but you know, nothing that's broken through nationally to the point where we've been like, oh, this is a significant thing that we'll talk about on our show.
And that could impact their on the field performance.
Right. Yeah, and it's kind of just like things are fine and they're playing well. I mean, well, we'll get to the Texans, but it feels like we have to say the Broncos. I kind of think we have to say the Broncos.
I think we have to say the Broncos, but I do think there's a world where the Bills pull out the win.
Should we be bold and just say the Bills?
Yeah, but if we are being true to the practice of vibes-based predictions,
we have to say Broncos.
I think we have to say Broncos. Even though I think what I'm trying to remove from this situation is my own personal feelings about the Bills.
I know, but
do you know what I mean?
Not even personal, just like the gut feeling of like, I think they could do it.
You think they can? I mean, oh, this is tough. I kind of do think you're right. I think they can pull it out the win. I think, okay, here's what I'm going to say. I think there's a world where they could win the game, the Bills, but it is going to be the most horrible win you've ever witnessed. It's going to be like 6-3. Like just something like,
you know what?
You won with 2 field goals?
Sorry.
Do you know what I mean?
As you're talking, the Broncos are going to win.
That's what...
Sorry. We have to say Broncos.
Yeah, it's Broncos. We have to. It's Broncos. I think it's Broncos. I love the Bills. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Right. If we're wrong in this case, it'll just be a nice thing.
Yeah.
Should we just do our scale real quick?
Oh, yes.
Where the vibes, we developed a scale where it's immaculate vibes, decent vibes, not great vibes, fragile vibes, and horrific vibes.
Yeah.
And fragile, shout out to Robert Mays of the Athletics NFL show for coming up with fragile, because I think that was it. We needed a hinge between not great and horrific.
Yeah.
Bills might be fragile.
I think they're fragile.
Broncos I'm not going to say immaculate just because but decent.
Decent. They're decent. I don't think they have immaculate vibes. No. Yeah, no. Okay. I think we worked through that, and I think this is still the correct decision.
Okay.
All right. The battle of the tech empires, the 49ers versus Seahawks.
Seahawks. The Seahawks have immaculate vibes.
Yeah.
I think.
Unbelievable. And their fan base has immaculate vibes.
Yeah.
They have rallied behind them. And I said this actually on the Athletic show, that it kind of feels like the fans of Seattle sports are capitalizing on the momentum they gained from the Mariners making it to what's the round before the World Series? Oh my God.
They made it to the World Series.
No.
They didn't. Wait, who played?
No, the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays and the Dodgers.
The Blue Jays play? The Dodgers, right.
Yeah. No, they lost. Yeah, they lost the round before. That I felt like the Seattle sports fan base was so behind a Seattle sports team making it far in the playoffs that they've carried on that energy to supporting the Seahawks.
Yeah, this is carryover baseball vibes to football.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also think that, Sam Darnold was a quarterback who struggled a lot of places until he got, the Jets will just screw you up.
Yeah.
The Jets are like the bad parents of the NFL. They're going to put you in therapy. It's just not there, and there's no way around
that childhood trauma if you play for the Jets.
Yeah, and it is the Jets' fault.
Yes,
so they should do some introspection. But Sam Darnold, also he's just been playing very well. And the Seahawks in general just have their act together. And I will also say, I think that the head coach Mike McDonald, he spells his name M-A-C Donald, like a normal McDonald, but the C isn't capitalized, or the D isn't capitalized.
What?
So it's just all Google it. I'm pretty sure Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald.
Oh.
See, it's not M-A-C capital D.
Oh.
And I think somehow the fact that...
I don't know if I like that.
Well, I think that it speaks to... He just seems like a company man in a way that could actually help the team. Like he and the ownership and the GM, they just like get along really well, I think.
Yeah.
And there was something about like... They did the interview and they talked it was like a perfect first date. And that coupled with the fact that there's no capital D in his name makes me think that this is like a low key sort of clean cut, good vibe.
Yeah. It's crisp.
Sure.
A corporate crisp.
It's like a crew cut, it's like a
bag of chips in a break room.
Yeah.
Crisp. And in a workplace.
Crisp.
A crisp Diet Coke that's been marinated in the fridge, in that work fridge.
We have a couple Diet Cokes.
I'll be having one today.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, so Seahawks vibes immaculate.
Yes, sorry.
49ers decent.
They're fine. Sure. I just think I said this to you, is that I got to be honest, the Super Bowl, because it is such a capital E event, it's not really, it's about the teams and the fan base, but it's like such a corporate event that there's something weird about having a hometown team be in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So I'm honestly rooting against it. I'm sorry, I was born in San Francisco, but I'm rooting against it.
I'm with you.
Can't explain it. That aside, I do think their vibes aren't as good as the Seahawks anyways.
Also, we're going to be at the Super Bowl. I think we said that.
Hey.
And it's just occurring to me now as we're talking, we're going to have a field day with the corporate situations. We are going to be walking around. You know what we're going to do? We're going to walk around the Super Bowl and we're going to say, company man, company man. Company man.
I'm so excited.
Every embroidered vest we see.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
Ooh,
baby.
Okay.
Oh boy. This is very exciting for you personally.
Thank you.
The Texans are playing Charlotte's New England Patriots on Sunday at 3:00.
And I'm going to be honest.
What?
This is a nightmare matchup. I am terrified of the Texans.
And I think that's a fair feeling to have.
Thank you. Let's talk about the Patriots first, though, because we were at the game, and we teased this on Tuesday. We were at the wild card game where the Patriots won. No one seemed to be able to catch a ball, but Drake Maye took matters into his own hands and just ran.
Yeah.
And the vibes on that team and the locker room afterwards, and Mike Vrabel, the head coach, and the way that we were talking in the press box and we were watching them play. First of all, Drake Maye plays football like an absolute sicko. In
the best way possible.
He takes risks where you're just like, that is not safe.
Yeah, no.
And I absolutely love it. Also, to me, it's like the Patriots play football the way when a basketball team dives for every loose ball.
Yes.
Like every single thing that they could do to try to win the game, they're doing because they are. And that's only the kind of thing that happens when the vibes are so good that everybody's bought in.
100%. And something I said to you, there was a play where I think that they got a tackle, like Patriots got a tackle, but it wasn't really that eventful. It wasn't some crazy, incredible tackle that one of their players made. The sidelines came over and cheered as if they intercepted the ball, ran it down the field to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like and I always think about playing sports as a kid. The vibes on your team as a kid were often significantly better if you were bought in and cheering as a group for every single good thing that happened. And bad thing, you're still supporting. You're not cheering for bad things, but you're supporting your teammates by cheering them on and saying, you've got this. And that's what it felt like. It felt like Mike Vrabel took a page out of like the childhood sports playbook to always cheer, even when something small happens. It's like, celebrate the little wins.
Yes.
And that is contributing to their immaculate vibes.
And even when something bad happens, it's like a pat on the head and it's like a move on. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yes.
No, and I think watching the Patriots, we were like, oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
They're going to win.
The vibes are like, we were in that building, the intensity of the fans. I didn't see a single fan sit down the entire game.
No.
That was the most intense. Like, also just as a Patriots fan, we put a vlog up, which is basically me just freaking out for 3 minutes.
It was amazing.
But I think that there is something about New England and this kind of straightforward grit that to me is reflected in the fans and in the team, where it's like it was almost like the Patriots fans. Yes, they were there for fun, but it was like they were going to work.
Yeah.
The Patriots fans in Gillette Stadium for the wild card game were there because they had a job to do. Maybe this is a hangover from the Bill Belichick do your job era, and maybe this is one of the good things that's going to stick with them. But like, people were smiling, but it was like that you're going to like the biggest work conference of your career, and you need to show up for the people who are presenting.
Yes, totally.
That's what it was.
Yeah. There's something in the water in New England.
The shareholders in New England are just locked in.
No, yeah, it is really hard for me to picture them losing this game or the next one or the Super Bowl.
That being said, Madeline.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also, actually, first, the Wags. Something's going. The Wags are very, very, very close.
Yes, very close
on that team.
Yes.
The Monday after that win last week, Ann Michael Maye, Drake May's wife, posted on her Instagram videos and a picture of a bunch of the Wags playing mahjong together, and said new hobby unlocked or something. And I think that if you are like, this is maybe like one of the few days off their husbands get. Maybe they were hanging out. Maybe they were doing team activities. I don't know. But the fact that the Wags are together the day after they just spent the whole day together at the game, like those vibes.
That's good vibes. That's a good sign.
Yes.
That's a really good sign.
Hopefully. We think.
Methinks. Sorry. I had to say it. Sorry. If you don't like it, I guess we'll know. So. Yeah, but the Texans.
Okay, the Texans, watching the Texans play the Steelers was that defense is the scariest thing ever. Not to talk about football. I know this is an off the field podcast. That defense, it's like if a brick wall could run towards you.
Yes. Brick wall on wheels.
So
no. That I'm a little actually not even a little. I'm significantly concerned.
Same
about the Texans defense. But even saying that, I still feel like the Patriots are going to somehow win. I don't know what it is. It's like, again, it almost feels like because the Texans have such a strong defense, it's almost too one-sided.
Well,
does that make sense?
Yeah, CJ Stroud threw, I think, 3 interceptions. I don't know. You can
and there was a fumble.
Yeah. But it was not good. Offensively,
No.
It was horrific.
Yeah,
So the vibes are, it's like half immaculate, half horrific.
Yeah.
Football-wise.
Right.
And then, again, by omission, I think it's just decent vibes. Head coach DeMeco Ryans seems to be doing a very good job.
Yeah.
Google Cal McNair Texans or Deshaun Watson Texans, where Deshaun Watson was doing horrific things with massage therapists in the area. And the vibes were so bad. The organization felt so rotten that I feel like because it's better now, it's a lot better. At the same time, I don't think that they have that same complete team buy-in as the Patriots from what we're seeing.
No, from the vibes we're seeing, it does not feel like they have the same buy-in. No, not at all. And I think, you could argue, again, no X's and O's expert here, but it feels like across the board, what the Patriots have that the Texans don't is consistency. Mm-hmm. And often it's like, at a job, you don't want to be the highest performer that stands out as a threat, and you don't want to be the lowest performer. You kind of want to be somewhere in the middle, like middle, the top 25%, of your other coworkers.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of the sweet spot that the Patriots live in.
It's a great point.
You know what I mean? It's like they have great head coach, they have great leadership from Mike Vrabel, from Drake Maye, and it also just feels like there's buy-in across the board, and the team is just consistent.
Yeah. One thing that makes me nervous with that brick wall defense is Drake Maye having to like scramble to get, but you know what? Yeah. We're saying the Patriots based on Patriots, immaculate vibes, Texans, decent vibes.
Yep.
All right, let's close this bad boy out.
Yep.
Rams, Bears. Ooh. The only team that I like talking about as much as the Patriots right now are the Bears.
Absolutely. I feel like, dare I say, they have immaculate vibes.
1000%.
People may disagree, but I think they have immaculate vibes.
They have absolutely immaculate vibes. If you weren't watching the game they played, who did they play?
They played
the Bears. Who did the Bears beat?
The Packers.
Right.
Packers.
Yes. Yeah. Like the biggest rivalry game. They were down a bajillion points in the fourth quarter and they came back and they won. And the Bears have been doing this all season. And I have a hot take about this situation.
What?
The Bears head coach, Ben Johnson, he was the offensive coordinator for the Lions, who are coached by a guy named Dan Campbell, who said when he took the Lions job, he made some comment about like biting somebody's leg off, like really, really intense. And I think everybody thought Dan Campbell would continue to be that kind of intense guy, but he's actually kind of a softie. And he seems just, the vibes there from him seem pretty lovely. Ben Johnson, who was Dan Campbell's offensive coordinator, who is now the head coach of the Bears, he is taking on the mantle of psycho head coach in the NFL. Ben Johnson is the Joe Mazzulla of the NFL, and Joe Mazzulla is the head coach of the Boston Celtics, who says things like, "I hope we have a rifle trained on our foreheads," and shows his team videos of killer whales. Ben Johnson, after the Packers game, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur was waiting for him, had his hand out to shake his hand like a good, you lose.
As you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson sprints. He's sprints by Matt LaFleur, barely shakes his hand. It's like a drive-by handshake. Just like that.
We just recreated it.
It was good.
That was good.
And so in the locker room, there's a video of Ben Johnson after that win saying, F the Packers, F them, effing hate those guys. So then he was asked about it, obviously, because that's kind of a crazy thing for a head coach in a corporate league.
That is a wild thing to say.
Like, we have rivalries sure, but like,
but it's all fun.
All the coaches still like know each other and hang out, and it's all very much like no. So Ben Johnson was asked about this. And he said, there's a rivalry that exists between these two teams, something that I fully recognize and I'm a part of. And I don't like that team.
So what he's really saying is, I don't like the vibes. He basically is just saying, I don't like the vibes of that team.
Don't like their vibes.
Don't like them.
And I am so loyal.
Don't want to mess with them.
To Bears vibes and Chicago vibes.
Right.
That I'm going to go to the mat saying that I hate the Packers.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
That's great. You don't see that very often.
No, and it's refreshing.
I love it.
No, and frankly, I think it's what our country needs.
So really all you're trying to do right now, Charlotte, is you're just trying to circle everything back to Boston sports.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Everything goes back to Boston sports.
As I said it.
Always. All roads lead to Boston.
God, there's someone listening to this who's like, this girl, she's got to get a grip. Someone out there
it's like me always trying to find a way to bring up Timothée Chalamet. I'm like, he's a great actor. He should win for that performance. And we're like, we're not even talking about the Oscars right now.
Well, now we are.
And I brought it up again. Do
you want to?
He should win.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he should win. Kylie's his good luck charm. Kylie Jenner's girlfriend of 3 years. Yeah. So anyways, whatever. It's fine.
So also Caleb Williams, quarterback of the Bears.
Yeah.
Always has a fresh manicure.
Yep. His mom was a nail tech. So Runs in the family.
And he gave a really great interview after they lost, where it's like, oh, these vibes are.
Wait, after they lost?
Sorry, after they won.
I was like, hold on.
Sorry. Ideal Super Bowl matchup vibes wise,
Yeah.
and fun wise, Bears Patriots, or Bills.
Well, Bills Bears.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bills.
I mean, I wish that the Bills could play the Patriots.
Well, that would be ideal, but no, it's either Bears Patriots or Bears Bills.
Yeah.
In terms of storylines for us.
So going back to the vibes though at hand, they're playing the Rams.
Oh, Rams.
Oh wait, you didn't say what he said in the locker room after they won. What Caleb Williams said. You were about to say it.
Oh no.
Oh,
it was just a great interview. It was just a very even keeled. No. He was just like
good vibes.
He was a good company man in like a positive way to Ben Johnson's psycho.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, Rams.
Sure,
they're fine. I don't know. Listen, there's something about LA football teams that rubs me the wrong way.
I couldn't agree more.
And I lived in LA. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's SoFi Stadium. Kind of freaks me out. It's just it's nice. But there's this ramp you have to walk down to go down to the floor. Saw the Eras Tour there. I don't know. There's something about it.
It's like a black hole of a stadium.
Feels like LA is a baseball and a basketball city. And by basketball city, I mean only a Lakers city. I'm sorry. No offense to Clippers fans.
I couldn't agree more. Also, the Rams should have stayed in St. Louis and the Chargers should have stayed in San Diego.
Yes.
It's never going to feel right.
It's never going to feel right. Why does LA need two football teams?
LA Rams, it doesn't work. Be serious.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm not saying that the Rams have bad vibes. Their vibes are decent, but there's something about it where it just kind of feels like Matthew Stafford, he's had a lot of playoff experience. He's good, obviously. He's a veteran quarterback, some may say. But it kind of feels like for him, he's just like, yeah, I'm here to do my job.
Doing my job.
Not that he doesn't care. It just kind of feels more like an obligation, which feels very energetically LA. Can't really explain it.
You know how I feel about football in LA?
What?
The same way I feel about I could never live there. A, the ocean is on the wrong side. Just get that out of the way. Might have said that before here. B, being from New England, every time it's a nice day outside, I feel this intense obligation to be outside. Yeah. And like I can't be inside doing my job. So I couldn't have a job in LA where it's nice out. It's nice. I would be like, what do you, I'd be like, I'm not going to sit inside, like, so, and I feel like that's kind of how the football is. It's like, they're like, well, it's just beautiful here. And
there's something about it. I don't know. I'm just apathetic about it.
Same. So. Which is maybe we're projecting our vibes onto them. I think their vibes are good, but
I don't think that
they aren't Bears vibes.
No, I agree. I think if we're actually just looking at football vibes, the Bears have better vibes.
So immaculate, decent.
Yeah. Bears are winning the game.
Wow.
All right.
What if we're right about all of these?
Oh my God. That would be
incredible.
So impressed with ourselves.
Me too. You'd never hear the end of it, frankly.
No, you wouldn't. All right. Well, switching gears to some other vibes in the football world. The College Football National Championship is on Monday.
Ooh, big football weekend.
Big. Oh, yeah. Big. That's why there's no football Monday night.
Right.
Just realized. Just answered my own question from earlier.
Yeah.
University of Indiana. Indiana University. Ooh. University of Indiana? I actually don't know.
I got to Google this one.
Are playing University of Miami. I do know that's a University of Miami. Right?
Indiana University.
Indiana University. Can you please confirm for Miami for me? I think it's University of Miami.
Miami's University of Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The U. Some may say this is a game of 22-year-olds. It's like a mini NFL, two mini NFL teams playing each other.
Yeah, it is.
Some may say.
Well, because it is.
Well, it is.
Well, because they're all, the average age of both teams is around 22 years old.
Yeah.
Because you're still in the tail end of like COVID gave people extra eligibility. So you can play for longer. You can redshirt where you sit out a year. You can, they're not. So I guess, the way to win a college football championship is to just have like guys who could be in the NFL already playing.
Yeah. Some may say the old way of college football is dead, but that is for another episode.
Some may say college football has changed beyond recognition.
Some may say.
Some may say it's still pretty fun.
Well, let's talk about Indiana.
Okay. Their head coach is a guy named Curt Cignetti. And their quarterback is a guy named Fernando Mendoza, who won the Heisman.
Yes.
And it feels like, I saw someone online say that it feels like Curt Cignetti and Fernando Mendoza are the characters from the movie Up. where Fernando is the boy and Curt Cignetti is the grumpy old man. It's like, I don't know if anyone's ever captured Curt Cignetti smiling.
No, he is the most serious in every game. And then there's Fernando Mendoza giving those like MBA business school textbook interview, post-game interviews with a smile across his face.
Here's why Indiana's going to win.
Why?
Because Fernando Mendoza, who I think he's a fifth year.
Yeah.
He has had a lot of time in college to take business classes and public speaking classes.
Yes.
And
a lot of electives.
Yes. And if we're going off of, he finished that core curriculum early.
Yeah.
He's been playing he's been playing in the margins of that curriculum of that
does
course.
All of his homework and then some.
Yes. But if we're going off of like company vibes, carrying water for tea, like this guy is employee of the century.
Oh my God. Fernando loves nothing more than to be a football guy and to be a leader. This man he might as well be the president of the school.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, this man is so locked into Indiana and so locked into leading his team to a national championship. Like, unlike anything I've ever seen from a college student.
Yes. And celebrates his teammates in a way that, like, he's so earnest.
Yes.
And he would be corny if it weren't so genuine.
No, it's so genuine.
You know what I think Fernando Mendoza probably has?
What?
I feel like he probably has those, those sticky, they're not sticky notes, but they're the half color, half clear stickers that you can pull out of this little dispenser as a tab on a notebook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like he has that and he marks his playbook with them.
Yes. Yes. And he has as you like to say, a trapper keeper.
Yes.
A trapper keeper with pens and pencils in it. He's always ready to go. His phone has never died.
No.
His phone is always charged. That man has a stocked fridge. He organizes his clothes by color. That man is locked in.
He doesn't even have Instagram on his phone. It's desktop only.
No. Oh, he said in an interview before the last game that the only social media apps I believe he said he has on his phone or maybe has at all is LinkedIn and YouTube.
Yes.
Iconic. I love that.
No one is beating this college football team.
The vibes at Indiana are beyond immaculate, I would say.
Fernando Mendoza, who won the Heisman, who is never going to need LinkedIn in his life because the way you work in the NFL is somebody on television tells you where you're going to go work.
Yeah.
Has never needed LinkedIn less.
Right.
Has it on his phone.
Yeah.
You're telling me Indiana can lose?
They're not losing. There's no way they lose this game. There's absolutely no way. And we need to talk about their coach. So Mr. Cignetti, as I'm going to call him, he became the coach in November of 2023, starting the 2024 season. And one of my favorite things he did, he has a lot of iconic quotes. Actually, in some ways, I feel like a little bit similar to Joe Mazzulla.
Okay.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not the same. Not energetically similar. I would say similar. They're like cousins, first cousins.
He's like a grown up.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So he drew attention on National Signing Day back, I think this was like 2023-ish or early 2024, somewhere in there. Reporters were asking him how he was selling his vision for their program to recruits and transfers. And he said, quote, "I win, Google me." That's a level of confidence just because, when people can say what they mean with such few words, there's such power in that as we sit here and talk for almost an hour.
As we sit here and gab our heads off.
But there is such power in that. And to have that as your head coach. And, he looks sort of like Mr. Scrooge vibe, but I don't think he is Mr. Scrooge. I think he's actually probably pretty softy. Little softy.
I think so too.
And I think that is also fostering a culture of good vibes.
Also, Curt Cignetti was in 1998. Oh no, sorry, that's Mario Cristobal. Never mind.
Okay.
Let's move on to Miami real quick here. Miami is the opposite of Indiana.
Yeah.
Miami is not a company man situation.
No.
Carson Beck, the quarterback, your former quarterback.
Go Dogs, I guess you could say.
He was at the University of Georgia.
Yeah.
He bought himself a Lamborghini SUV. It's $270,000.
Yeah.
And he had a public kind of messy breakup from one of the Cavender twins who were the Haley and Hannah. I think it was Hannah that he dated, but they played basketball at the University of Miami. And just like the opposite of Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah.
Even though Fernando Mendoza is from Miami?
I think he wants to be more of a star than a football player. I'm not saying he doesn't love football. Carson Beck, I'm not saying you don't love football. But I think there's a difference. I think Fernando just wants to win football games and cares about football. The fact that he said he's like, I mean, I think Fernando does have an Instagram, but maybe he just doesn't run it. But it's just like he's so locked in to being a quarterback.
Yeah.
Whereas Carson Beck, I think, kind of wants to be a star.
Have you been watching the season of The Traitors?
No.
Carson Beck reminds me of Rob Roush, who is on Love Island.
Okay.
Who's a contestant on The Traitors, and I only know of him now because he's on The Traitors.
Okay.
And Fernando Mendoza reminds me of like one of the gamer guys, like Ian or Rob C. This is just for people who watch Traitors, but it's like you have on The Traitors, you have like the sexy reality stars, like Housewives, Love Island, Love is Blind, and then you have like Survivor, Big Brother.
Right.
You know, the ones where it's like actually very strategy oriented.
Right.
And it feels like Fernando Mendoza is one of the gamers on The Traitors, and Carson Beck is one of the sexy reality stars.
I think that's accurate.
And I'm not saying he's sexy. I just mean, you know, like the glitz of their shows.
I think that's accurate. Here's my question for you then. You know, we are speaking very highly of Indiana. I do still think that their vibes are better and that they will win the game. But what a variable that is interesting here is the national championship is in Miami. Do we think that will have an impact on their performance? Because here's what I'll say. Pros and cons. Indiana famously has, I believe, the largest alumni network of any school in America.
Whoa.
I think it's like 800,000 people. Could be wrong, but it's high. At their last game, it was almost entirely Indiana fans in Atlanta. It was absurd. That game was just, it might as well have been, it was a home game.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they will travel for this game because obviously this is like such an iconic run that they're on.
Never happened before.
Never happened before. But also this game is in Miami.
Okay. I would be a little bit not concerned, but I'd be like, oh, maybe Miami's, you know, maybe that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because people who went to University of Miami are also pretty obsessed with Miami. However, not the same way that people are obsessed with Indiana football. But Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback of Indiana, is from Miami.
Yes, I forgot about that detail. Yes.
So it's almost like it's a home game for him.
It's a homecoming.
It's a homecoming. And Indiana fans travel, and a lot of his family and friends, I'm sure, will be there.
Right.
So I'm not terribly concerned.
Okay. Yeah, right. My money's on Indiana all the way.
Same.
I think their vibes are beyond immaculate. I would say Miami's vibes are a little bit above decent.
Yeah.
Decent-ish.
What's above? It's almost like there's immaculate, and then there's like Indiana in 2025 as a category.
Wait, we should just make that the category.
Indiana 2025 is a category.
It's called Mendoza.
It's called Mendoza. So the new updated ranking is Mendoza, immaculate, decent, not great, fragile, horrific.
Yeah. Perfect. I love it.
You heard it here first.
Wow. We did it.
We did. We sure did.
Well, thank you so much for listening and watching as always. As a reminder, please rate and review, like, and subscribe. It makes a huge difference. You can follow us on Instagram at Sports Gossip and TikTok at Sports Gossip Show. And yeah.
And we're here for shareholder feedback. Don't abuse that privilege.
Yeah, no. Or we'll take it away.
Or we'll take it away.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, have a happy football weekend.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Okay. Bye.